now, HBO Sports presents Boxing After Dark.
The following is a presentation of HBO Sports.
For 4 years, the lineal middleweight championship of the world belonged to one Argentinian fighter.
Maravilla! Sergio Martinez has another knockout.
A sensational one-punch knockout.
Once again, Sergio Martinez finishes the fight on his terms.
And for the entirety of a 13-year career, this generation's most accomplished Puerto Rican warrior built his case for inclusion among the boxing-crazed island's greatest fighters.
Cotto is landing some heavy leather in this round. He's getting hammered by Cotto, and down he goes, and Frank Santor is stopping the fight.
1 week ago, Sergio Martinez, the Argentine middleweight champ, aimed to add another name to his already impressive resume, while Miguel Cotto, the smaller man and decided underdog, was on a historic quest to become the first Puerto Rican fighter to win titles in 4 weight divisions. The Mecca of boxing played host to this showdown in front of a star-studded crowd, and with the bell rang, what transpired was a shock to the senses.
Left hook hurt Martinez. Almost went down. Cotto going to the body. Down goes Martinez. Cotto's off to a blazing start. Left hook lands again for Cotto. Martinez's leg is gone. Martinez's leg is gone.
Tonight, relive history as we take a look back at the passing of the middleweight championship torch. Following our look back at Cotto Martinez, we take you across the bridge to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn for a night of live boxing. It's the return of boxing's latest human highlight reel, Ruslan Provodnikov.
Provodnikov broke Alvarado, who always seemed unbreakable.
The man called the Siberian Rocky defends his 140-pound title against undefeated Chris Algieri, attempting to play spoiler in front of his hometown fans. Tonight, the replay of Cotto Martinez, followed by live boxing, undefeated Demetrius Andrade versus Brian Rose, then Ruslan Provodnikov versus Chris Algieri. A Boxing After Dark triple header from Brooklyn is next. Welcome to another edition of Boxing After Dark, coming to you with triple header action from the Barclays Center in downtown Brooklyn, New York. Our main event features fast-growing fan favorite Ruslan Provodnikov, who will be showcasing his hard-charging, all-action style in the first defense of his newly 140-pound title against undefeated New York native Chris Algieri. But before that main event, it's a 154-pound matchup featuring unbeaten Demetrius Andrade, a highly regarded young titleist, taking on once-defeated Englishman Brian Rose. And before our 2 live fights, we'll kick off our evening with a look back at the events of 1 week ago in neighboring Manhattan, where Sergio Martinez and Miguel Cotto faced off in Madison Square Garden for Martinez's middleweight championship. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jim Lampley, welcoming you to this special triple header edition of HBO's Boxing After Dark. Very quickly, as we've already told you, later on tonight, you'll see the live fight between American former Olympian Demetrius Andrade, defending the 154-pound title belt he won in his last appearance in the ring against Englishman Brian Rose. And after that, the main event, in which the man now called the Siberian Rocky, Russian Ruslan Provodnikov, continues to try to enhance his great popularity against Long Island boxing stylist Chris Algieri. But before we see those 2 live fights, We're going to take you back now to Madison Square Garden for a look back on videotape at last Saturday night's pay-per-view showdown for the middleweight championship between Sergio Martinez and Miguel Cotto. In the build-up to the fight, two major questions hung over the impending drama. Number one, would the 39-year-old Martinez's body hold up after knee operations following each of his last two fights and a variety of other injuries in recent years? Number two, would Cotto's new marriage with trainer Freddie Roach, who once trained Manny Pacquiao to beat him, pay the kind of dividends that could pay off Cotto's quest to become the first Puerto Rican fighter to win world championships in 4 different weight classes? The answers arrived almost immediately. Let's take a look at the tale of the tape between Sergio Martinez and Miguel Cotto. And it's been mentioned very frequently that Martinez was the larger man, but he also conceded a 6-year age advantage to Cotto. 2-inch height advantage for Martinez and a 1-inch arm length advantage measured from the armpit to the end of the fist. Most significantly, Martinez weighed in within 1.25 pounds of the 160-pound middleweight limit, very close to the 159-pound limit that was agreed upon for the fight. Cotto weighed 155. Now let's go back to last Saturday night in Madison Square Garden to see how I called it with Roy Jones and Max Kellerman.
One of these two future Hall of Fame fighters is about to score the biggest win of his career.
And the first potential advantage in the fight for Martinez will be one of sheer visual perspective. He spent the last 5 years fighting guys who are between 6 feet and 6 feet 2 inches tall. Miguel Cotto measured out at 5'8". That's a big difference from what Martinez has been doing.
Oh!
Right hand for Cotto.
Quick lead right hand against the southpaw could be a good weapon for Cotto.
Yeah, and when you look back at the records, you got to realize that one thing that also has to give Cotto confidence, he lost to Margarita, then he come back and beat Margarita, but Margarita stopped Sergio Martinez in 7 rounds.
That was way back in Martinez's 14th professional fight. In other words, 40 fights ago.
Guys.
But Sergio remembers it.
Miguel Cotto, in the very early going, looks as sharp as he did against Delvin Rodriguez.
Yes, he does.
And hopefully Cotto won't make the mistake of thinking, not Cotto, Martinez won't make the mistake of thinking that Cotto cannot hurt him because he's smaller.
Well, Cotto has tried to tell everyone what happened last October wasn't that I was fighting an inferior opponent.
Oh!
Rodriguez.
You heard
Martinez!
Freddie Roach was making me a great fighter.
Badly hurt, Jim, with a left hook.
Left hook hurt Martinez. Almost went down. Almost went down twice. Fighting back is Martinez after being badly hurt by a Miguel Cotto left hook in the early going. Cotto going to the body. Down goes Martinez. 4th fight in a row that Martinez has been down. Not limping as he gets up, suggesting that the knee may have made it through the knockdown, but Cotto's off to a blazing start. Can he finish him off in round 1? Left hook and land.
Same
again for Cotto. Brilliant left hook.
Cotto is constantly in position to land his punches, and Martinez isn't because of Cotto's feet.
That's what Freddie Roach said would be the difference.
And Martinez seemed like that right knee may be giving him some problems now too. Look how he's dragging that right foot.
Left hook lands again for Cotto. Martinez's leg is gone.
He's out.
Martinez's leg is gone. Second knockdown, and Sergio Martinez does not look as though the knee is functioning at all. Brilliant start for Cotto. Chance for a first-round knockout. Here we go.
Yeah, his knee is gone. His knee is definitely gone. That
Third knockdown.
His knee is gone. That right knee is out of here.
5, 6, 7.
His right knee is shot. Trust me.
Martinez wants to keep fighting, but it certainly appears as though his knee is not stable under him.
And he can't get out the way of that left hook that Cotto is throwing. That's Cotto's best punch, and he continues right there.
Lands the left hook again. Just missed with that left hook. 3 knockdowns in the first round already for Miguel Cotto. Sensational start for Cotto. And Martinez manages to make it out of the round. But Miguel Cotto is already completely in charge in Madison Square Garden.
Right from the opening bell, Cotto took charge.
Put water on his head. On his head. Sergio, breathe, Sergio. Breathe, Sergio. Sergio, you gotta move to the left. You can't stand there. You gotta move to the left, Sergio. All the time with the jab, Sergio. How you doing? I'm okay. Breathe. Put water on his head. Water, water. Put water on his head, on the neck.
Here you see Cotto coming in with that big left hook. Great body shot right there. That hurt Martinez. Then that was the hook that sent him onto the canvas. Here's the second knockdown. You see that same lead left hook. His legs are all but gone again, and down he goes. And we know that's probably from that right knee as well.
Power shots in round one. Cotto landed 25 out of 40. A lot of them were devastating left hooks.
And Martinez seems to be bleeding from behind his ear from that left hook.
And I didn't see any problem with Sergio's knee when he got in the ring or to start the fight. It was that left hook knockdown where the knee started to look like it was locking up.
Martinez trying to move to his left, stay away from Cotto's left hook.
Right, no punches, no punches. Let him go.
But it doesn't look good for Martinez right now. Cotto completely in command, obviously with a plan he likes, and doing devastating damage to Martinez early. Martinez's blood is on Cotto's left shoulder. Martinez is still completely on the defensive.
Cotto is cutting off the ring, sliding to the outside of Martinez, forcing Sergio on that knee now to take 2 to 3 steps for every one Cotto takes.
Doesn't look like it's going to last very long as we get into the second minute of the second round in Madison Square Garden.
Let's not forget about Martinez's knockout power, either hand.
Puerto Rican crowd elated with what they've gotten in the early going. Martinez starting to move a little bit more fluidly.
Yeah, it seems like he's warming up a little bit, Jim. Oh, good hook by Cotto again. He's getting back into the fight a little bit, but at any point now, he knows that Cotto can end this fight.
And he hasn't been able to get away from Cotto's left hook at any point yet in the fight.
And here's the thing you like about Cotto.
Down goes Martinez, and referee Michael Griffin's going to say that was a trip and not a knockdown. What a break for Sergio.
Yeah, his knee just gave completely out there, Jim. There's no punch thrown. His knee gave completely out.
Well, there was a lot of secrecy about the surgery and the follow-up to the surgery and everything that went on. Easy for Sergio to keep it secret because he was in Spain. Knee was torn both against Chavez and against Murray. Been operated on twice in 2 years. And right now, Cotto is doing some surgery of his own.
Yeah,
he's got him in the corner again.
And the body attack is real devastating.
Right, no punches, no punches, no punches.
This has been some of the best work of Cotto's career just in the first 2 rounds.
How about Cotto's power carrying it up to middleweight like this?
He's a real puncher, Max.
Martinez landed a straight right hand as Cotto was coming in. His best punch so far. Momentarily stops the surge. Cotto missing with 2 left hooks. And Martinez wrestling with him and managing to stay on his feet.
How you feeling? Good? How you feeling, Sergio? On my head, water on my head, on my neck.
Here you see Sergio trying to come out of his corner. Their knees do collide a little bit, but Sergio's knee gives completely out once they collide. And that's why he failed. He couldn't get that foot up under him. That's the sign of a weak knee.
That was the right knee, which went under him there.
That's what referee Michael Griffin ruled a slip. Martinez in the second round, 11-30, Cotto 16-37. Question still remains whether Martinez can even stay in the fight as Cotto keeps hunting for an early knockout. Freddie Roach looking like a prophet so far. He's the one who said Martinez has nothing left, his body is shot, and he's in over his head in this fight.
And the reason I mentioned that in the first round,
huge left hook.
yes, about Cotto knowing that Margarito has stopped Martinez early in the 7th round shows Cotto that he can in fact hurt Martinez. Because Margarito has never been the puncher that Cotto is.
He's thoroughly dominating Martinez, and Freddie Roach's imprint on Cotto is completely obvious.
Enormous. It isn't just what he's done for Miguel's confidence, it's his footwork, it's his punching technique, it's the selection of punches, it's everything he's doing in there.
All right?
Accidental clash.
Accidental head clash, and you saw Cotto squinting.
Martinez has done some dramatic things in his career, and even on bad legs, you have to be cognizant of his punching power.
Now he's starting to get going. Landed a right hook there. Catches a left hook as Cotto lands again. Martinez starts to back off. He was hurt by that punch.
His punches are not nearly as thunderous as Cotto's punches are.
Because he doesn't have his feet under him the same way.
No, he doesn't.
He's not as solid on his base. Cotto's doing everything he wants in there. Lands another big left hook to Martinez's body. Sergio Martinez taking a lot of punishment in the first 3 rounds, even if he can survive.
See where Cotto's been following fighters around recently. Just then, Martinez tries to escape to his left, and Cotto cuts him off.
Good defense by Martinez right there, though.
Martinez's hand speed is starting to return, but he still doesn't seem totally steady on his feet.
It's just that right knee.
Good right hand by Cotto. Now mixing the right in with the left. Another right hand for Cotto.
That was a good left body shot by Cotto as well.
He's landing some very sharp shots.
Good jab by Martinez.
Martinez lands another solid jab.
Cotto's mouth looks bloody.
CompuBox already counting 58 landed power shots in the fight for Cotto.
Right! Stop. Box.
Round 3 comes to a close, and for the first time in the fight, Martinez made it through a round without being on the canvas.
Sergio, we gotta work the job. Do the job. When he comes up, you grab him and keep using that jab. Don't stay there. Double it up, Sergio. Not just one shot. Double it up. When he has it, double it up with the hands up top and to the ear, and then he's gonna go.
You can't follow him.
All right, go to the ring.
You gotta cut the ring, okay? All right.
He see Cotto coming in with that beautiful lead left hook. Off of the right to the body this time. He landed it. Perfect shot right on the chin. That shot definitely hurt Martinez again, and that's been his bread and butter for this fight so far.
Looks like Martinez will have to try to fight his way out of this, try to find some kind of rhythm. He's been nearly annihilated in the first 3 rounds. Harold, how do you have it?
Okay, Jim, I got it 30-24. 3 rounds to nothing, Miguel Cotto. You know, Jim, he got a 10-6 round in the first round for the 3 knockdowns. And boy, that's a heck of a lot for Sergio Martinez to overcome. So Miguel Cotto with a huge edge on his scores. 30-24, 3-0, based on those thunderous shots he's been landing for the first 3 rounds.
And Cotto landed another solid right hand while Howard was laying that out.
But it almost feels to me as though Martinez has now adjusted to Cotto's power and is taking those punches a little better as this fight wears on.
Well, like I said, coming into the fight, I don't think Martinez seriously thought that Cotto could hurt him. But I know that Cotto, knowing what happened with him with the Margarito fight, knew that he could hurt Sergio.
The little man hurt the bigger man with surprising power early, and now the bigger man knows maybe this isn't such a little man.
The bigger man is just trying to establish some stability now. Just trying to get into some kind of a rhythm where he can begin to rebuild a little confidence.
Oh, that hurt him again.
Get into the fight.
That hook
Another
hurt him
big
again.
left hook. Another solid shot by Cotto. Uppercut by Cotto. Martinez says, come on, give me a chance. Give me something to counter. But he's getting hammered.
Boy, Martinez has the heart of a champion.
Of course.
Right hand landed up the middle for Cotto. Martinez has landed individual punches here and there, hasn't yet landed a combination. Gets in a right hook there. And maybe we spoke too soon about the instability of the right knee. Maybe it hasn't really collapsed. And maybe everything that happened in the first round was about Cotto's punching power. Quite possible.
Could have been that too, but it didn't help with the knee being a little unstable.
Martinez is now throwing that same kind of looping shot that knocked out Paul Williams at Miguel Cotto. Not as easy to land against a shorter fighter, that overhand left, as it is against a taller fighter. But it shows you that Martinez is punching with bad intention still.
Another headbutt, I think. Good body work by Martinez.
Two straight left hands at the end of the round by Sergio Martinez. And there's Melissa Cotto. She and Miguel bring their children to the fight.
Good job, we're working beautiful. Right hand, very good, okay? All right? I want a little more head movement, though. All right? Just be a little bit looser, okay? All right? This way, he won't identify.
Grab it, let it go. All of his punches are coming in are all the looping punches. They're all the looping punches. So flex your waist or go on top of him and hold on. Don't let him work.
He see Cotto catch him with a good hook on the back of the head towards the ear, and once again, that left hook wobbled Martinez.
Power punches in round 4. Martinez 8 of 19, Cotto 18 out of 31, 58%. Martinez has to find a way to defend himself if he's going to have a chance to reel this in and score some kind of late knockout. Almost impossible now to come back and win the fight on the scorecards, with Cotto having built a huge lead in the early going.
And still landing that big left hook at will.
What amazing returns on the Cotto marriage with Freddie Roach.
Stop! Time.
Looking as effective as he has at any time in his career.
Just like in the Delvin Rodriguez fight, Cotto establishes superior ring position, and from that position, all tactics will favor him. He'll be in the position not only to land his punches, but to avoid Sergio Martinez's.
And he just hit Sergio with a really good left body shot. Those pay dividends down the line.
Meantime, Martinez still flashing a snappy jab. Cotto moving Martinez clockwise, the opposite way that a southpaw wants to consistently move. Does so primarily by keeping his left foot outside of Martinez's right foot.
And Martinez having to move to the left so that he's not circling toward Miguel Cotto's left hook.
And it still doesn't matter because he's getting clocked with it either way he goes.
Absolutely.
There you saw that knee give out a little bit again.
Meantime, it makes Cotto's straight right hand available to him too, just like that.
Good right hook, though, by Sergio Martinez. Good body shot by Cotto. Miguel Cotto landed, by CompuBox counts, 36 body shots in the first 4 rounds. That's another element that will make it difficult for Martinez to come back.
Good shots from Cotto upstairs. When Martinez establishes position, he's able to fight Cotto off into the middle of the ring.
Oh, good body shot by Martinez.
For the first time in the fight, Martinez begins to win a skirmish here and there.
Another good body shot. And a good answer by Cotto.
Jake Gyllenhaal seated at ringside. As we mentioned, starring in a fight film of his own.
Sergio, come on. You gotta move that same movement with the body. You gotta work just like we were. So he stands up a little bit, all right? Because he's coming, he's coming. Come on, work him there and answer there, Sergio, okay?
A little bit closer with the head movement. You go with the body. A little bit.
I need to have less room to hit it.
Yeah, okay. But listen, the combinations is where you get it. One punch, you hit him.
Yeah.
Combinations you can't deal with. You walk him into the shot, okay? All right? Both hands. Combinations.
So we enter the 6th round of the scheduled 12, and a fight so far completely dominated by Miguel Cotto, except you see that Harold Letterman gave the 5th round to Martinez, which gets him off the schneid.
I think I gave Cotto the last round.
Scoring is secondary for Martinez at this point. He just needs to try to build confidence and give himself some kind of base from which he can pull off a miracle.
It was his best round last round, Martinez, whether or not he won it. You heard Freddie Roach say he wants combinations. Both hands.
Hey, don't push him! But when you've lost the first 4 rounds so clearly, and you were down 3 times in the first round, you're already into the territory where you need a knockout or at least several knockdowns to win the fight. So Martinez has a mountain to climb here. And Cotto catches him again with a left hook. And cuffs him over the top with another left hook as they come away from the ropes. Sergio Martinez has not been able to stop Miguel Cotto's left hook.
That was a good right hook by Sergio Martinez.
And that's why Freddie wants the combinations. Because when he has Sergio moving clockwise, the advantage for Sergio is at least he's moving away from Cotto's left hook. If Cotto will put the right hand into the combinations, then he's moving Sergio into the straight right hand.
Oh, good right hook by Martinez again. Starting to find something with the right hook and left hand body shots.
Yeah, he is. I don't think he really wants to trade with Cotto like this, though, because that's Cotto's best chance of landing that thunderous left hook, which we already seen put Martinez on the floor.
Most impressive to me about Cotto so far tonight is in a round like this, and last round when Martinez starts to box much better, Cotto stays right with him in terms of boxing technique.
And neutralizes things with the jab. But when you said it about the boxing technique, Max, that's one good body shot.
Hard body shot with the right hand
that
by
hurt.
Miguel Cotto.
That hurt bad. That's one of the things that the amateur background builds. Because he has the amateur background, he truthfully is more fluent in the ring than Martinez, yes.
Here's the most unexpected element of what we're seeing so far. When they choose to trade, it is Cotto who has the faster hands. He's getting the better of the face-to-face exchanges. Martinez was the one who was supposed to have faster hands. Miguel Cotto has gotten better. 4 fighters will appear on the HBO card on July 26th. Gennady Golovkin here to the left side. Then HBO Sports President Ken Hirschman. Then Bryant Jennings. Did I say Baltimore? He's from Philadelphia. Daniel Giel of Australia. And on the other side of Giel, Irish Mike Perez. July 26th here in Madison Square Garden.
Straight right hand like that. Chill, okay? Right here. A little more head movement, nice move. Nowhere to figure on, nowhere to figure on. Okay, have fun with it, okay?
When you're in there, don't finish off. Don't stay there. You be first. You be first, Sergio. Okay? Over here, over here. Sergio, you be first, Sergio.
In round 6. The good news for Sergio Martinez, he landed 12 out of 26 power shots. By far his best round in that category. The bad news, Cotto landed 18 out of 35, still getting the better of Martinez in the power shot categories.
Stop. Keep it up, okay? All right?
Cotto's amateur background, a key to his professional success, and I think Freddie Roach has now improved upon that and put him in the position to be able to use all of his tools, Roy, which he hadn't always in the past.
Yeah, let me tell you, the thing about Freddie Roach, go ahead, Jim.
No, you go ahead.
The thing about Freddie Roach is his style of coaching fits Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto is best when he's a very aggressive, attacking guy, and that's Freddie's style of fighting. That's what Freddie's best at.
Harold, how'd you have it scored coming to this round?
Okay, Jim, we've hit the halfway mark. I've got it 5 rounds to 1. 59-52, Miguel Cotto. You know, Jim, there's only 6 rounds to go, and Cotto's got a 7-point lead on my card, which means that mathematically it's impossible for Sergio to win this fight unless he gets a knockdown. Miguel Cotto winning, 5 out of 6 rounds with that vicious left hook. Sergio just really hasn't landed a tremendous power shot to stop Cotto yet. 5-1, Miguel Cotto.
No punches, step back.
I wouldn't be shocked if all 3 official scorecards had Cotto winning every round so far. Wouldn't shock me at all. And that would make for an even bigger margin for Martinez to have to try to make up. Seems like an impossible task to win the fight on the scorecards. Seems like Martinez's only chance is to rescue himself with a miracle knockout. Quick right hook for Martinez.
And body shots like that by Cotto are the things that are going to keep him alive in this fight.
And probably keep him ahead.
I mean, here we are in the middle of the ring. Martinez now fighting much better than he did earlier, and Cotto's outboxing him.
And he still has the faster hands. He's winning the exchanges when they trade.
Oh, good hook.
Another great left hook by Miguel Cotto.
And he didn't expect that one to land, or it would have set Martinez down again. He just threw that as a check punch.
Well, in recent years, and this happens to older fighters, in recent years, Sergio Martinez's defense has really slipped. In his last 4 fights, those 4 opponents combined to land more than 40% of their power shots. So maybe that's what Freddie Roach was counting on when he said coming in, he's in over his head this time.
Athletic fighters, when that starts to dissipate, don't have the same kind of classical skill to fall back on.
And Martinez won that exchange at the end of the round.
But he lost that round.
Michael J. Fox enjoying the action at ringside.
Yeah. Giving him a boxing lesson. Keep doing it, okay?
All right.
The combination is working beautiful.
Sergio, how you doing? How are you?
Here you see when the older guys having problems, when everything seems to hurt him or buck his legs. That was a very small punch, knocked him off balance still, had a bad reaction to it, and that's when you know it may be time for a guy to start considering bailing out of this game.
You may have seen the CompuBox graphic between rounds that showed that Cotto has landed 158 punches to Martinez's 79, meaning that Cotto, in effect, has exactly doubled Sergio Martinez in landed punches to this point in the fight by CompuBox count. And yes, Harold Letterman agreed with you, Roy, that Cotto won the last round, further stretching his lead on the scorecard.
Yeah, I think this fight's a shutout.
You know, it's a bad night for you when Miguel Cotto is hitting you with straight right-hand leads. That is a bad night because that's typically not his best punch. And when he's hitting you with that, with authority, you know he's clicking on all cylinders.
Well, and our Spanish interpreter, Jerry Olaya, now tells us that between those last rounds, Sergio Martinez asked in his corner for ice on his right knee. It's too late for ice on the knee at this point.
Yeah, it is.
Freddie Roach said, I don't want to hear any excuses. So he'll be derisive if Martinez has anything to say about the knee after the fight. And you have to give all credit to Cotto for what he's done. The fight plan, the execution of the fight plan, the delivery of the punches, the speed, the technique, the footwork, everything has been brilliant.
And the body work. That's the most impressive thing to me.
And the discipline to maintain his style and that boxing style that he's using. To not let the success early get him carried away.
Another straight right hand landed for Cotto. And now, I am told by our trucks that we misinterpreted the interpreter, and what Sergio asked for was not ice on the knee, but ice on the neck. That's a different story.
And he's really taking a thrashing right now. After the headbutt, he took a left hook again. It was a headbutt first, but it also was a thundering left hook at the end of it.
Cotto has been dynamic with the left hook all night long. Especially, of course, in the first round, when the left hook led to 3 knockdowns of Sergio Martinez. Another left hook lands for Cotto.
Well, you know, Freddie and Cotto have definitely did their homework on Sergio Martinez. Freddie had a chance to look at him. He's never really had a true chance to look at Cotto, and right now, Freddie is winning the battle.
That was the first punch that Martinez landed and then slipped.
And you saw he couldn't even keep his balance with his right knee right then, trying to throw combinations.
But the right hand that Martinez landed was such a heavy jab, it looked like, that it seemed to rock Cotto back on his heels.
Great right hand lands for Cotto again. That punch also has been brilliant. And another hard round for Sergio Martinez. 39 years old, and maybe at the end of his brilliant run.
Sergio, breathe. Sergio, you okay? Are you okay, Sergio? Yes. Water on the nape. Breathe, Sergio.
Now, that right hand in the chest is going to work. All right, let's lay it. Set him up. Put the jab hook, right hand together, okay? 3. Jab hook, right hand.
Here you see the heads come together as they get together with the jabs. And right after the heads come together, Cotto lands a beautiful left hook. Then Sergio starts to complain about the headbutt, which he was right, but he still landed a good left hook at the end of that exchange.
Jabs through the 8th round. Martinez 36 out of 158. Cotto landing 44 out of 85, 52% of his jabs. Commonly, conventional fighters have difficulty landing the jab against a southpaw. Cotto is dominating with it.
Commonly, the taller fighter is the best jabber. Unless the short guy name is the white Muhammad Qawi or Miguel Cotto, obviously.
Looking at the way Martinez looked between rounds, I'm not certain I would continue to send him out there.
I don't care what the condition of his knee is or how old Sergio Martinez is. He is the middleweight champion of the world, and this is, so far, Cotto's best performance in his career. He started at junior welterweight, and his first shot at middleweight is beating the hell out of the middleweight champion of the world.
Good,
What
good
an uppercut. What an uppercut by Cotto.
That hurt bad.
Again, I repeat, I'm not sure I would keep sending Martinez out there. He's getting annihilated by Cotto.
He is getting beat up pretty bad.
Another right hand for Cotto. Everything is landing for Miguel.
I told you he's clicking on all cylinders tonight.
I don't think anyone would blame Martinez if he retires on his stool tonight. Too much punishment.
Martinez is not the type to retire on his stool. He's going to need someone in his corner to do it for him if it gets to that.
Good body shot by Cotto.
How good would Miguel Cotto have been if he had Freddie Roach or somebody like him his entire career? He spent long years fighting under the tutelage of his uncle and then a friend from Puerto Rico. Neither of them were top-notch trainers. Couple of fights with Emmanuel Stewart. They couldn't really get on the same page. But now with Freddie Roach, he finds the perfect combination.
Exactly. Emmanuel was a guy who was more of a right-hand puncher. He did better with the Mark Brelands and the Tommy Hearns of the world. He did know boxing very well, too, but he was more of a brutal boxer.
That's a knockdown.
Yeah, it sure is.
That is a knockdown. That's the fourth knockdown of the fight.
Martinez is falling apart. His knee, his eye now.
He looks terrible.
Emmanuel matched up my kind of boxing. Wow. And he's still hurt.
His heart is still working fine.
Sergio,
Maybe too well.
Sergio, your knees are not working, Sergio. Your knees are not working right, Sergio. Yes, yes. You can't, your knees are not working, Sergio. But it's the same. Champion, it's my responsibility, champion. Champion, it's my responsibility. Your knees are not responding, champion. No, one more. Champion, your knees. Champion, knock him out. Your knees are not working.
There's a jab. Beautiful knockdown. He may have not hit the canvas. His knee may have not hit the canvas, but it really could have been called a knockdown. I can understand why the ref didn't if his knee didn't touch, but that's definitely a knockdown.
And it was ruled a knockdown. And that's where the count begins. Power shots in the 9th round. Martinez landed 7 out of 20. Cotto 22 out of 40. This is a mismatch. It's a wipeout. And Martinez is going to retire.
And that was the right thing to do there.
100%.
Wow.
The biggest night of Miguel Cotto's career.
Most definitely.
He wins the legitimate middleweight championship of the world.
This one goes next to Shane Mosley.
Yes, it does.
This is the second time Miguel Cotto's fought a top-flight fighter and won. A future Hall of Famer.
Mosley was closer to his peak, but Cotto didn't annihilate him the way he totally wiped out Sergio Martinez tonight.
Miguel Cotto is now the middleweight champion of the world, the way Roy Jones and Marvin Hagler and Carlos Monzon and Sugar Ray Robinson were once the middleweight champions of the world. He's the guy. The man who beat the man who beat the man.
And with heir apparent, Gennady Golovkin seated at ringside, Miguel Cotto establishes that there's a new sheriff in the middleweight division. Let's go back and look at what happened between rounds in Sergio Martinez's corner, and our interpreter, Jerry Olaya, will take you through what he hears in the conversation.
Campeón, es mi responsabilidad. Champion, me hago cargo yo de esto,
Champion, it's my responsibility, champion. Champion, your knees are not responding, champion. One more, please, one more. Champion, your knees are not responding. Sergio, look at me. Look at me, Sergio. Sergio, your knees, Sergio. One more, please. Give me one more. Sergio, I'm going to stop this one. Sergio, you are the best for me. You are the best. You'll always be our best champion, Sergio. I'm going to stop this one. I'm going to stop it, Sergio. No, I'm going to stop it, Sergio. Not you. I'm going to stop it. You're much more valuable than that, Sergio. No.
Victory at the end of 9 rounds. Let's go to Michael Bumper for the particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Madison Square Garden, New York, USA, this fight comes to an end. The official time from the timekeeper ringside is 6 seconds into round number 10. Martinez unable to continue. The winner by TKO victory. And now, the new WBC middleweight champion of the world, Nicaragua, Puerto Rico, Miguel Cotto.
Every one of the 3 scorecards had an identical number, 90 to 77 in favor of Cotto. And now let's go up to Max Kellerman with the winner.
Congratulations, Miguel. What does this win mean to you?
The biggest achievement I ever had in my career.
And to do this in front of 18,000 fans at Madison Square Garden, what does that mean?
You know, being here, Miguel Cotto became Miguel Cotto here, and Miguel Cotto still being Miguel Cotto here at Madison Square Garden.
We were saying ringside that this is the best we've ever seen you look. How do you feel about this performance?
I felt very good. I told you in our meeting that we had the most beautiful and the most outrageous camp ever in my career. I have to thank Freddie, Gavin, and all of my group to take me to this point.
You came right out and immediately hurt him and outboxed him. You were quicker, you were first. What was the strategy going in? Did you plan to jump on him?
No, that was just a moment. I hit him with a hard punch, and I just go for him.
After he rose from the first knockdown, it appeared that he was having a problem with the knee. Did you recognize that?
No, I just maintain myself in the fight and keep fighting.
Miguel, at this moment, you are now the lineal middleweight champion of the world. And look like at least a match for anyone middleweight or below. What do you want to do next?
I want to rest. I want to enjoy my family for a couple of weeks and then sit and talk to Freddie. Whatever Freddie wants me to do, I'm allowed to do it.
Congratulations on a performance none of us will ever forget, Miguel.
Thank you.
Sergio, what happened at the beginning of that fight?
No, me llevé una mano en frío y no me pude recuperar. Quiero pedirle perdón a todos los argentinos que vinieron, a todos los que me alentaron. Les quiero pedir perdón porque subí a dejarme todo, pero no me pude quedar con el triunfo. Les pido perdón a todos y gracias por alentar a todos, a los puertorriqueños y a los argentinos también.
You know, I got hit with a hand and I was cold, and I never recouped after that. But I tried to do my best, and I want to thank everyone that came out. I want to say forgiveness for all the Argentines, and I want to thank all the Puerto Ricans and the Argentines and everyone that came out.
I can hear you not wanting to make any excuses. And you fought with the championship heart we're used to seeing with you. It didn't look like your knee was bothering you to start the fight, but when you rose from the first knockdown, it looked that way. and in the corner, you were talking about it. Tell me about the state of your knee after the first knockdown.
No, hay que saber ganar, hay que saber perder. Y hoy me tocó perder y no tengo más palabras que eso. Felicitaciones para Miguel Cotto.
You gotta know how to win and you gotta know when to lose. And I've got nothing else to say. And my congratulations to Miguel Cotto.
The decision in the corner to stop the fight. It appeared you were taking punishment and had a hard time moving. Can you take us through that moment for you in the corner?
Mi entrenador ve mejor las cosas que yo desde afuera y él se tomó la decisión, la respeto y bueno, pues la respeto perfectamente porque él sabe de afuera, sabe mucho más que yo.
My trainer sees things from the outside and he sees things much clearer than I do. And obviously I respect his decision because he sees things much better than I do on the inside.
Finally, and a lot of respect for you not making any excuses. Did his punching power surprise you coming up to middleweight? You having fought so many big, strong middleweights in your career and seemed more badly hurt in this fight than we've ever seen you.
No, me tomó frío, me tomó muy bien, pleno al principio y de eso muy difícil recuperarse.
You know, he just caught me cold. He caught me cold. He caught me hard at the beginning, and it was very difficult to recuperate from that.
Pablo, quickly, what was that like for you to have to tell a champion like Sergio Martinez that you were stopping this fight?
Más que mi boxeador es mi amigo, es mi hermano y yo sabía que las rodillas 3 asaltos atrás ya no estaban respondiendo y yo no podía dejar que recibiera castigo.
More than a boxer, he's my brother, he's my friend, and I knew that his knees were not there. They weren't strong from 3 rounds before. They just weren't responding.
Thank you, guys. Jim?
So Miguel Cotto, suddenly, somewhat unexpectedly, is the middleweight champion of the world with a variety of options on how and when to defend that championship, although the public seems to say they want Canelo Alvarez. And Sergio Martinez, at age 39, must now face the apparent likelihood that his great career is over. And now I'm live in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn with Max Kellerman. Max, looking back a week, tremendous performance by Cotto. He could scarcely have looked better. What does it do for his career?
Well, there are some cynics in boxing who say Cotto and Freddie Roach have done this with the smoke and mirrors of matchmaking. Who was Delvin Rodriguez, not a top A-level fighter, and Sergio Martinez came in damaged goods, maybe finished with a bad leg. But not only is Cotto today the middleweight champion and a huge star, maybe bigger than he's ever been. Let me ask you this. Who, other than Gennady Golovkin, would you make Cotto a big underdog against, 160 pounds or below? Take Floyd Mayweather, for example. Cotto, when he looked to be half the fighter he is today, won maybe 3 rounds against Mayweather, hurt him a couple times. How would this version of Cotto do? Not only a bigger star than he's ever been, but maybe a better fighter.
All right, still to come from Brooklyn, 2 live fights. First, Demetrius Andrade puts his slice of the 154-pound title on the line for the first time against England's Brian Rose. And then in our main event, the Siberian Rocky, Ruslan Provodnikov, puts his special brand of violence on display against Chris Algieri, an unbeaten technician from Huntington on Long Island in New York. It's the first title defense for Provodnikov and features the classic pairing of boxing stylist against relentless pressure fighter. But before we get to our live bouts, let's take a look at the upcoming HBO sports calendar. June 24, don't miss the premiere of the next Real Sports, featuring an investigation into allegations of widespread match fixing in European soccer. June 28, Boxing After Dark returns with Terrence Crawford's first title defense in his hometown of Omaha, Nebraska. Crawford will take on Yuri Orkis Gamboa. July 12, don't miss Road to Golovkin-Giel, which looks ahead to the upcoming middleweight showdown between Gennady Golovkin and Daniel Giel. July 19, HBO 2 takes you to Macau, China, where Zhou Shiming and Gilberto Ramirez will each be competing in separate bouts. 1 week later, it's the live fight between Golovkin and Giel, with Golovkin's middleweight title at stake. Also that night, Bryant Jennings and Mike Perez face off in a battle of undefeated heavyweights. Following Golovkin-Giel, stick around for 2 days, Sergey Kovalev. And August 5, join us for the premiere of Hard Knocks Training Camp with the Atlanta Falcons. For all that and more, visit HBO.com. All right, back live from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. There's a good-sized crowd here, lively atmosphere. Let's get ready for the first of our two live fights. Demetrius Andrade defending at 154 pounds, a title belt that he won in his last outing in a fight for a vacant title against another former American Olympian, Banas Martirosyan. The tale of the tape for Andrade against his opponent for tonight, Brian Rose of England.